This video is going to give you a complete guide on how to set up a trade copier to copy trade your prop firm or even live accounts you could trade on every single day. The copy trader I'm going to help you set up today is TradeSyncer. Here are some of the P&Ls from the same exact trade copier I use every single day. This trade copier is the best in the industry, especially if you are someone who trades on the go. Let's get into the complete setup and break down what you are actually getting when you pay for a subscription with TradeSyncer. Okay, now let's get into the complete setup of TradeSyncer. I'm gonna show you how to connect your accounts. I'm gonna show you how to set up your cockpit, your groups, your risk management, your trade journals, everything, okay? When you're in the homepage, once you have signed up and actually have a account with TradeSyncer, you're gonna wanna go to the connections tab. That's where everything's gonna start. Or they always have an easy at the top of the screen, how to get started, and you can just click add connection and it'll auto put up the necessary items you need. So as you can see here, they have Rhythmic, Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, DXV, Project X, TradeC. These are all the brokers you can currently connect to. For me, I always use Tradeovate. It's my favorite. And when I'm using my accounts, I'm trading with demo. So all you're going to put up here is your account name. So I'm going to put my live account in and I'm going to call it the SAC $100 because it's my small account challenge that I'm utilizing. And this is a live account with Tradeovate. So now I'm going to connect in. I'm not going to show you guys my password and stuff, but then you just press continue. So now it's verified in my credentials to get it connected into the cockpit. There we go. Now it's enabled. Now, as you can see, the accounts are not enabled yet, so we'd have to go into details. But let's get our other connection also. Now we're going to get our Apex accounts and we're going to connect our Apex accounts. Now it's verifying my credentials for my Apex accounts. I'm going to show you how we make sure those accounts are turned on, or maybe you don't want to turn on every single account. So as I go into my connections, we're going to go into the details of each connection. Now within the details, you're going to see every single account that you have and if you want to start it or not, if it wanted to be enabled to where it's actually copying accounts. All you do is connect the status button and flip that on if you wanted to copy trade and connect to the cockpit. We're going to do that for our Apex accounts. Also, for me, I want all of them enabled. I can just press the enable all accounts on the top right hand corner. Now all my accounts, as you can see, I have 4 total accounts connected. Now let's go over to the cockpit tab, or as you can see at the top of the screen, it says set a leader account. You can just press set a leader and it'll take you to the cockpit. Now, as we get to set a leader account, you want to pick which one you want to lead. For me, I want my live account to lead, not my prop firm accounts. So there we go. Now they are all in. Now, even though I've set my leader account and that you can see all my accounts, if you want them to actually follow and take the trades alongside you, you need to make sure the follow is flipped on. So flip on the follower of every account you want to follow your live account. Now, another thing you need to do is make sure your contract is up above. So if you trade NQ, S&P 500, if you trade gold, silver, oil, whatever it is, you would go here and you would add your contract that you're utilizing. So for me, I also love to trade gold. So let's add gold in here and we're going to add micro gold to our cockpit. There we go. Now you can see micro gold is now added and all my contract or all my accounts are following it. Now, another thing that's really important is as you have each contracts, you want to set up multipliers. So for me, I know my leader account, I trade with about 2 micro contracts. So because my leader account trades with 2 micros, if I want, say, this account to trade with 6 micros, I would set a multiplier of 3. So then I know if I open up a trade with 2 micro contracts with my live account, this account will copy with 6 micro contracts instead of taking only 2. Now, if I wanted this account to trade with 20 micros, instead of trading with 2, I would just set it at 10, right? So it's a simple multiplier. Now, what you can also do with TradeSyncer, instead of setting up multipliers, say you want this account, instead of it to trade micros, you want it to trade minis, you could just flip on this contract right here, this cross, and it will actually now trade minis instead of trading micros. That's a very nice feature, especially if you're trying to pass evaluations. I love this feature here. So instead of doing big multipliers, I can just have it trade minis and follow my live account or the leader account and do the same multiplier as it. Here is the very important setting most people don't realize they need to have on if you want that lightning execution. If you go to the top right hand corner in the settings of each account, you want to make sure market execution is turned on. What that means is, say if you set up a limit order on your trade, on your leader account, say it has a limit order and it gets tapped in. Instead of the followers creating limit orders As soon as that limit order is executed on the leader account, all the followers market execute the same moment that limit order is set. Now, say if the leader account does a market order, a buy or sell to take a position, those follower accounts will also do a market execution immediately after that happens instead of setting up limit orders. This makes sure that you get lightning fast executions instead of having it potentially hesitating on execute or maybe even missing your entry altogether, or your stop loss or take profit. So essentially what this means is if the leader account opens a position or closes a position, all followers immediately follow no matter what. It makes sure all your accounts are protected. Now, also you need to know that this button right here is your best friend. Say if your leader account closed its position, but for some reason the followers did not close their position, press flatten all, okay? That will flatten every single follower account that is following to make sure it is protected. And what I also recommend is if a position is closed and you are no longer trading, make sure you just press this cancel all orders button, and it will make sure that if there is any live order you didn't even realize that was open, it will cancel every single order on the screen. All right, now let's get into groups. I personally don't really use groups because I just have all my accounts following the same thing, but I know some people like to set up different groups that they trade so not all the accounts are trading. Maybe you want to set up a group based on your prop firm that you're trading with, or maybe you want to set up a group based on all your evaluations that they don't follow or lead your funded accounts that you have. So this is how you can utilize groups. I'm gonna show and set up one just to show you how to set it up, but for me, I personally don't use this feature. So if I want my leader account, say I want it to be my live account, the small account challenge, I'm gonna click that one and I'm gonna assign it as a leader. Now I'm gonna pick, if I only want one of these accounts to follow my leader, I'm gonna assign it as a follower. We're gonna assign this group name the eval group. So I know the only accounts that are in this group are all my evals, and there are no funded accounts in this group. So now if we go back to the cockpit, you can see we have our different groups here, and you can see my eval group is right there in the middle. So if I want to go to pass my evaluations there. Now let's go into the tab that in my opinion is probably the most important tab out of all of them. And this is the risk management tab. So this is where you can set custom risk management for each account you have attached, not group, but each and every single account. Say we go to my live account here, and if I want to set a daily loss limit, say I want to set a daily loss limit of $100. I never want to lose more than $100 in a day. Boom. Now that is attached to my leader account. Now say if I want to go down to one of these other accounts that I know has a higher multiplier than my leader, and I want to make sure that account never loses more than $250 in a day. Boom, that is now set up. You can set up daily loss limits for every single account you have. Now you can also set up the action. So if that action happens, you want to make sure the liquidate is on so that if you hit that daily loss limit or hit that profit goal, it auto liquidates. So now let's say our profit goal per account is $200 in our small leader account. And I'll say for this funded account, we want to make sure that if we're going to be locking in profits, we want a minimum of $500 a day to be locked in so that if our account hits $500 in realized profits, it auto liquidates. You can also select a select to lock. So if you click the lock button, that if you have any of these hit, any of these profit targets hit, or maybe say the day's done, you can lock your account so you stop using it and you don't blow those accounts or be stupid like revenge trade or overtrade, whatever it is. You can have it lock the account so it protects you from being an idiot. Now let's check out the dashboard. This is where you will see all your trades that are executed. You will see your P&L for the month, for the week, for the day, and you'll see every single trade that was executed across all these accounts. So as you can see, here are some of my stats. You can see my long versus short. You can see my day win percentage. You can see my average win to loss, right? It gives you all this data across, and it compiles every single account you have and compiles the data that makes it extremely helpful. Now you can go back and look at some of the months you've had. You can look at the week overview. You can look at the day overview. You can look at down here, your best trade I've ever taken was a $5,000 win. I've taken a total of 64 trades this year. And my worst trade was a $1.4 thousand loss across all my accounts. One of the most important tabs you're going to find within TradeSyncer is the trades tab. This is where you're going to find every single trade that was taken. Now, it doesn't take each individual trade. It compiles all the trades that were copied together and puts them into one. So as you can see here on this trade, we can click on it and see that we made $643.88. You can add notes here. This was my best trade of the week. I didn't go on tilt, or whatever else you want to add. You can star. How was this trade? Was it a 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, or 5-star? You can add your, where did you put your stop loss? Where did you get your profit target? And then it's going to find out what was your kind of planned RR, what was your trade risk, what was the initial target, to see how are you actually doing as a trader. Are you holding trades too long? Are you closing them too early? You can quickly access by using this. Go to the strategy, add which strategy was it? Were you in long? Check off all the criteria that is requirement. And then also you can add any images. So if you took screenshots of your trade, if you took screenshots of what did the chart look like, was the red folder news, add those attachments here. And this is where you can really get a powerhouse of data to see how powerful is your trading strategy and how well are you doing as a trader. There's a strategy tab. So maybe you have a specific strategy you trade, add that strategy in here, add every single trade you took based on that strategy, and then it'll have specific data based on the strategies you take. So as you can see, I have my 1-minute kill shot. Now, lastly, with TradeSyncer, something that's kind of cool is you can go to the prop firm discounts tab, and then it'll take you to their prop firm syncer, where you can find all the best deals, all the trusted prop firms that TradeSyncer says is trusted, and you can utilize that. It's a good place to see where are some of the deals that are going on right now, what are some of the prop firms you can trust, and what are the opportunities out there that you can potentially add more accounts to your TradeSyncer to even copy even more if you've been taking some payouts. Well, guys, that was a complete setup of a TradeSyncer. Please let me know in the comments down below if there's anything maybe I missed that I could cover in a different video to make sure you have a complete understanding of how to set up your TradeSyncer, how to utilize it to the best of its abilities, and how to make sure you're multiplying your profits by utilizing something like TradeSyncer and a cloud-based trade software. Use code Maniac to lock in 10% off your yearly or monthly subscriptions on any of the accounts. If you click this video right here, this is episode 1 of Conquering Prop Firms in 2026. Go ahead and watch that video now.